Daniel Holtzclaw assaulted at least 13 women in northeast Oklahoma City between January 2013 and June 2014. Every identified victim was black. Most had prior arrests or convictions. That pattern was not incidental. It was methodical. Holtzclaw used departmental databases to check names he ran during stops, selecting women whose records made them unlikely to be believed. He weaponized a badge, a uniform, a patrol car, and a legal system that routinely discounts the voices of those with criminal histories. Born in 1986 in Enid, Oklahoma, Holtzclaw played college football at Eastern Michigan University and joined the Oklahoma City Police Department in 2011 at age 24. By 26, he was assigned to patrol a predominantly black, high-poverty quadrant of the city. He learned its streets, its routines, its vulnerabilities. The Northeast Side's demographics and policing history created an asymmetry of power. Residents with prior contact with law enforcement feared reporting misconduct. Holtzclaw exploited that asymmetry, combining familiarity with his domain and access to information to build a calculated system of predation. Victims described a consistent operational pattern: an officer call, traffic stop, pedestrian encounter, welfare check. He ran a name through the database. He confirmed a record. He escalated the encounter, invoking the threat of arrest, the authority of his uniform, and the isolation of the interaction to coerce sex. Assaults occurred in patrol vehicles, at victims' homes, on deserted roads, even in a nursing home. A 57-year-old woman with dementia and a 17-year-old girl were among those attacked. The unifying characteristic was not age or circumstance, but prior contact with the criminal justice system, the very criterion Holtzclaw used to screen his targets. The investigation that exposed this pattern began with Jannie Ligons. On June 18, 2014, Holtzclaw pulled Ligons over. She had no criminal record. After the assault, she flagged down a passing motorist and reported the crime. Ligons' report could not be dismissed under the department's familiar prejudices. Internal Affairs opened an inquiry. Detectives reviewed patrol logs, body camera footage, and encounter reports. They cross-checked names. They found multiple women who had similar interactions with Holtzclaw, but had not reported them because they believed their histories would make complaints futile or dangerous. Holtzclaw was arrested on August 21, 2014, and charged with 36 counts including rape, sexual battery, forcible oral sodomy, indecent exposure, and burglary. Placed on leave and later fired, he became a national symbol of a specific form of officer misconduct. Not a single-use abuse of force during arrest, but sustained sexual predation conducted from within the tools and authority of policing. His defense argued consent. Victims testified to threats, coercion, and the use of arrest as a tool of intimidation. 13 women took the stand, each describing in detail encounters that matched the same operational blueprint. The trial opened November 2nd, 2015. The defense sought to undermine credibility by highlighting prior arrests and drug histories. The prosecution responded with a counter-argument that cut to the case's core. Holtzclaw picked these women precisely because their records would be used to discredit them. Jurors 8 white women and 4 white men deliberated, and on December 10, 2015, returned guilty verdicts on 18 counts, including 4 counts of first-degree rape. The jury recommended 263 years without parole. Holtzclaw was sentenced to spend the remainder of his life in prison. The legal system ultimately secured a conviction, and civil settlements followed between the city and some victims. The Oklahoma Court of Criminal Appeals upheld the convictions in 2019. Internally, the Oklahoma City Police Department reviewed hiring and supervision practices and proposed changes to database access protocols, measures intended to limit opportunistic lookups while on patrol. Training materials were adjusted, yet these reforms answered one technical vector of abuse without fully confronting the institutional culture that allowed 16 months of predation to proceed undetected. Holtzclaw's case is not an aberration in criminological literature. It aligns with documented patterns of police sexual misconduct. Studies identify underreporting as endemic, driven by victims' rational anticipation of dismissal, disbelief, or retaliation. Complaint-driven oversight mechanisms, internal affairs, supervision, citizen complaints are reactive and depend on vulnerable individuals coming forward. When victims reasonably expect their claims to be discounted, those mechanisms fail to surface patterns of abuse. In Holtzclaw's case, the system only intervened because one woman with no record insisted on being heard. The aftermath leaves a mixed ledger. The criminal conviction affirmed accountability in one sense. A predator was removed from the street and will spend his life in prison. Institutional adjustments were made. Civil remedies provided compensation to survivors. But the broader questions remain. Why were safeguards not in place sooner? And why did the department's routine oversight not detect serial abuse within its ranks? The structural conditions, unequal credibility assigned by criminal history, the discretionary authority of officers, and oversight systems that rely on reports from those least likely to file them persist as unresolved challenges. Holtzclaw is incarcerated. His victims live with the consequences. Some have spoken publicly, others remain private. Jannie Ligons refused to accept a badge as a shield for assault, and in doing so, forced a system to look at itself. Cases like hers reveal that institutional accountability often depends on individuals who will not stay silent. Subscribe to Case Files TV